Alright, part two. Part two of the battery box in the Banshee ZX7R. You're here with Banshee Fever 750. And here's the updated box. It's done. The battery box, if you look at part one, it'll show you what I've done. This is part two of this segment. That's the battery box. In part one, it explains what happened to the original one. Pretty much what's left of the original battery box. I sent it out to get chromed out and everything. It's still just sheared right off. But we're making sure that's not going to happen again, are we? So here's the new and improved battery box. And not only is the battery box new and improved, but it also is an new and improved battery. 240 cold cranking amps. You know, I like to run lights. As you can see here, I like running my lights for the trail riding. And on video one, I specified the importance of, you know, on these trail ATVs, you know, the guys like to do night riding, you know, you got to have a good battery, you know, you got to have some good amperage, especially when you're running lights. And if you're doing some night riding and you're not revving the snot out of your ATV or your engine, you're not creating a good enough charge for the battery. So that's why I ended up going with the bigger battery. At the same time, I didn't like the other battery. It was a 12 series. This is a 14 series. So the difference is about, I'd say about another 80 cold cranking amps, between 60 to 80 cold cranking amps. And so that'll make a big difference. But I wanted to show you something here. Let's see, I've got some remnants down here. Okay, so as you can see, let's get into this battery box. I ended up making it with angle iron. You know, for all you guys out there that are building the ZX7R or street bike powered Banshee, Raptor, ATV, whatever, Polaris, you might want to upgrade your battery box. If you're going to be racing it and you're worried about weight, then you're not going to upgrade your battery box. You're going to run a lithium ion battery, lithium ion battery. You're going to run something smaller, which is understandable. These AGM batteries, the Yamaha brands, and what's nice is they're made in USA, ISO 9000 certified, so the quality, the QCs on these are good. And they're one of the best, longest lasting batteries I've ever run on any ATV. You know, somehow I tried a few others and I just came back to this one. Been using these since '93, and they work great. Now, what I wanted to cover was, as you can see, the strap. You saw in the first part, video one, I showed you how I did the base. And then I showed you, you know, we talked about this bracket right here, this support bracket. Okay? That's some thick stock. I ended up bolting that in place. This top bracket right here, I ended up going and went to the store and I picked up a couple 6-foot sections of the 1/2 inch wide, 1/8 inch thick weldable steel, mild steel. And what I did was, to get the bends, I put it on a vise. You know, it was actually a flat piece of stock like that. So, you know, I put it on the vise, you clamp it down. First you score where you want it. You make your score line. Then you use your straight edge or angle finder, and you base it on this edge here, and you scribe your line. So when you scribe your line, you want to make sure that your line is lined up at the top of the jaw. Once you do that, you tighten this baby up. You don't have to heat it up. This is considered cold roll. If you heat it up, they bend a little easier, but you also anneal the metal. So if you got mild steel, you just soften your metal. I mean, you're better off. You ever see those guys breaking a brick, those martial artists? They don't push on a brick, right? They slam it. They come at it with full force, fast speed, and give it the kiss of death. So that's what you want to do with this. So when you lock it in a vise, you get your sledgehammer, 2 or 3 pound sledge, and you give it a wrap. And as you're giving it a wrap, you come up on it. You know, because if you hit down, you're actually going to drive it down into the vise and you lost your marks. So you kind of want to knock it sideways. You want to make sure you're hitting it this way. Follow me? All right, so that's how I made the strap. So as you can see, all right, I made the strap. I started the first step of the strap. First thing I did was this right here. I made it a 1/2 inch. Actually, I went 3/4 of an inch and I ground it down. So I give it that 90, 3/4 of an inch, and then the next 90, I measured the top of the battery to where I wanted the strap, and I gave another 90 here, and then there was my third bend here, and then the fourth bend was the toe over there, and then I ground it down. Now, as you can see, I was trying to figure out ways to do this, and what I decided was I took the flat stock once again, and sorry guys, it's about close to 1 in the morning, so a little tired, a little winded, been a long day, but this is my quiet time. So you see what I did was I took, I measured about 3/4 of an inch from here to here, scribed it, threw it on a vise, bent it over. And then what I did was I welded it. You can see, I basically welded the tang right here, that little piece. And as you can see, that's a better clamp. Then I drilled it out and put a bolt through it. But, I was going to use the rubber straps, and I was going to use the old, do you remember the old, let's see, here. Come on an adventure, come on an adventure with me. Oh, it's not there. Well, you ever see the straps that they use to hang pipe? They use it for the rafters. I forgot what you call that stuff, but it's got all the holes in them. I've used that before in the past in a pinch, and I've never liked the way it looks because it's always had that commercially look, that unfinished look. So I didn't want to use that. That's why I ended up going this route. And here's another tang. See if I can get better lighting here. You can see that's not going anywhere. See, I welded it all the way around. I drilled it. Got the bolt on there. It's good to go. So I'm hoping this helps you. For anybody out there that's building a street bike powered ATV and they want to upgrade their battery system and their charging system, I'm hoping this helps you. Alright, so I'm going to show you what the finished product looks like. Now just remember, I'm actually going to send this out to get chromed, so we'll see if it's in the budget this year. If it's not, then it'll get done next year with a bunch of other stuff. So I'm kind of just going to bolt it out so you can see. Now this battery's not even active. When I buy my batteries, I try to buy them with the lead acid separate. I don't like to buy the batteries already with all the electrolytes already inside of them, because you don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf, regardless of a warranty or not. Who wants to pay return shipping on a warranty for a battery? You might as well just buy a new one. So, as you can see, I'm just going to finger tight this. I just want you to see how this is going to look. So give it a little, I'll give it a little bit of a, just remember this battery's dead, so, I mean, it's a new battery, but it's not active either, so. Alright, boy, how do those two just magically appear? Okay, so as you can see, look, I mean, that don't even move. I can literally move the ATV and the bolts aren't even tight. So that shouldn't go anywhere. So my idea was either I'm going to put a sticker on here or something, or I may just paint it black, just solid black. But what I'm really going to do is I'm going to find some tin or aluminum, and I'm just going to make a little, cover for it to protect it from rocks hitting it. A friend of mine was saying, well, you got to protect that from rocks. And I was like, yeah, yes and no. So I remember the old Honda 300DXs used to run them like this. And but maybe there's a reason why they don't do them like that anymore. But I like access to my battery. I'm just the way I am. I've always liked, if I need a jump start, bam, bam, I can jump start it. If I got to charge my battery, just anything, everything's there. It's just nice to have that access to your batteries. So that's that. Cosmetically, aesthetically, I got to figure something out, but that's the best place for the battery on this ATV. Like I said, I think I might make a little cover for it just to protect it, just in case that crazy rock just comes flying up out of nowhere and ruins my ride. So, but I'll do it a little bit later. I want to do a couple other things now. There you have it. Part 2 of the battery box. I know it's a little long-winded, but you know, it's nice to have things explained to you. You know, especially when you're building something, these one-off deals. It's nice to have, you know, tips and tricks and see how other people are doing it, and then you can come up with your own idea, or you can copy this one. That's fine. All right. Well, there you have it. Stay tuned. The next video I'm going to post is me relocating that bottle, the coolant overflow tank, and I'm actually going to add a couple chrome pieces to it that I've got that I haven't put on there yet from last year. Just didn't have time to do it. So I'm going to tidy up a few things, start cleaning things up a little bit. I'm getting rid of the amp link there, so that's coming up next. I'm going to go back to the old school rollers. I'll explain to you guys that later on. So go on ahead and if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. A lot of work goes into these videos. You know what I get out of them is memories, and the other thing I get out of these videos is just helping other people out with their projects. Because I know I had to pull a lot of information off the websites, and there definitely wasn't enough. So my videos, I try to upload as much as I can, as much info. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop me a line, drop me a text, and I'll see if I can help you out. And if I can't, I'll try to steer you to the right place. You know, there's other forums and websites. So, yep, it's come a long ways. What the heck's that noise going on? What? Oh, that's this. She's got to chime in, huh? What's going on? All right, Banshee Fever 750. Tired, over and out. Don't forget to subscribe. Share the videos, and let me know what you guys are working on. You know, I'd like to see other people that are building these kind of quads and hybrids and 1000cc ATVs, and you know, all these. You know, I get a kick out of it. This is kind of a fun little passion, little project thing I like doing. So if you guys are building stuff, you know, subscribe to me and I'll subscribe to you, and let me know what you're running. I'd like to check it out. Banshee Fever 750. Over and out.